So it's actually what you're not saying is where I feel people are conversing with you the most. This is a lot of energy work. Yeah, I feel like you're like, ugh. It's what you're not saying that's speaking the loudest at this time. But your boundaries have been something I feel that you've been working on for a while, and that is a part of the glow up. Boundaries are so important for the glow up. Boundaries in wider space are what protects you. So you've moved into this deepness, this depth of yourself. And you know that when you're in your own depth, when you are silent, when you are listening, that is when you hear the most. You've learnt. So what it looks like is that you've learnt respect for yourself, but what it actually is that you've reclaimed the parts of you that narcissistic relationships devoured from you. There's a sense of you really healing a lot of your PTSD, a lot of depression. I feel like, and there is a intimate relationship, a romantic relationship, could have been a long-term relationship, that really took away from you. So you, in a sense, you have been in this deep, like a deprivation chamber, but it's just you not sharing your thoughts and your feelings anymore. You've learnt to keep things light, and I feel like you've had a teacher. I feel like you've had someone, or maybe many people, and they do feel divine masculine based, like prominently. You were a very beautiful duality of both energies, divine masculine and feminine, and you shared those openly. And I feel like once you stopped sharing and you stopped saying things, that's when maybe they could hear themselves actually, because you're in a chamber, so they could hear themselves speaking. Ultimately, what you're not saying is also providing, like, I feel like the Empress energy that you're in at this time is showing a lot of the growth that you have been doing with your self-development. A lot of your investments are being seen. You are being seen in that divine essence that you have yourself in. You do hold yourself very strongly. You don't need to say a lot. I feel like you say a lot with your body language. Mostly though, your wider speaks for you. I feel like you changed your behavior. You're acting really different. You're no longer needing validation because you have or you are really building what works for you, and you're creating space for new contracts because you understand that no one really around you understands you the way that you understand yourself. This is a part of the glow up too, I may add. But it's, yeah. You've done a lot of study. I feel like whilst you were in your like deprivation space where you were learning about yourself, learning about your own energy, becoming your own universe, becoming your own source, but there is also this deep emphasis on healing your whānau lineage, like looking at your whānau and seeing what mostly colonization did to you and what it did to the spirituality within your whakapapa. So for example, in the 70s in New Zealand, when the British came over and we signed, the native people of New Zealand signed a treaty with the British Empire to live harmoniously side by side, they also put in a law that you couldn't practice Maori medicine. So all of what we would call, they're called tohunga, but they are equivalent to a shaman. We're not allowed to practice. So I feel like we're allowed to practice now. They removed that law. I can't remember when they removed it. But you can do it now. But that had a huge effect on the DNA and on the witch wound. And that actually happened all around the world. That's what the witch burnings are about. That, you know, that is all of that devastation of what society and 3D structures have done to the people who are protecting the earth, who belong to the earth, who feel the need to take care of the plants and take care of the animals and take care of the children and take care of everything living, the oceans, and because we all understand that it all plays a huge part in each other. So you're reclaiming a lot of that. You're reclaiming a lot of what is important to you. And you can't align with a masculine energy that does not understand and tautoko that part of your being. If they're very insecure and they demand a lot of validation, then that's not going to be that's not going to be good. You're going to be continuously putting into this energy source that's draining you. So you reclaiming a lot of your ancestral insights, your ancestral power. It's also cultivating this sense of freedom. There's this like celebration. I feel like you're going to be, your appearance is going to change. You're going to spend a little bit more time. I don't know. I feel like you're just going to do something. You're going to feel inspired to like play with your body, play with your tinana. The Hanged Man, yeah, this is that change. And yeah, I feel like you are also conditioning. You're going through some things that are just helping you glow up further. You're not exactly where you want to be, but you're exactly where you need to be. And I feel like this is something that you're working through with your, all of the realms, which is beautiful. So that is your reading. It's not what you're saying that is speaking the loudest, and I will see you in the next video.